Is there such a thing as being too truthful? Can you be too truthful to the point where it gets you in trouble, gets your football team in trouble, puts your career in trouble? Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to use two examples here, two guys that I know pretty well, David Irving and Des Bryant. Now, not that those two guys are cut from the same cloth at all. They are not. Des loves football. He wants to do this for 2 more years. I don't know what the league thinks of that, but he really is a guy that he'd just soon just drag me off the field when I'm done. Just roll me onto a car, throw me in a wheelbarrow and wheel me out of here. I want to play till I can't play no more. That's Dez's view of football. David Irving has a different view. Now, he doesn't admit that he has a different view, but he does. David Irving, as we have detailed here, does not love football. Does not like practice. Does not like the locker room. It's just not. That's not what his thing is. He likes the acclaim of Sundays, and of course, the former Cowboy, David Irving's going to get that chance. Let's not make too much, David, of your status as a, now I'm a Raider and I'm going to be a leader, and as your last year you were on the practice squad with the Raiders. You weren't even the leader of the practice squad. Des Bryant, of course, does not have an employer at this time. Here is the similarity between old friends Des and David. They say what's on their mind, maybe to their own detriment. David Irving saying, I hated playing for America's team. First of all, I don't even know if that's, I don't really think that that's true. I don't know that that's true. But it's a dumb thing to say. It's a bridge burning, attention whoring, trying to be funny and clever and cute, and it's dumb. And I'm not saying that Cowboy Nation should be, I think you were insulted. I'm not saying you should be insulted. I'm not saying I'm insulted or Jerry should be insulted, nothing like that. I'm just saying it's a bad business move. Even if you're being very truthful, and I'm not sure David is. I think David's trying to be colorful. Des Bryant, in leaving the Baltimore Ravens, said, I realized early on it just wasn't a good fit for me. Nothing against, they have the way they do things is the way they do things, and it's successful in Baltimore. It just wasn't a great fit for me. And that's Des being honest. Now, Des is not trying to get attention with his comments. He's just being honest. But why? Why be honest? I mean, good for Des that he doesn't have a lion bone in his body. That's an admirable trait. But sometimes we all just need to shut up. I think I know what Des is talking about. I think the New Orleans Saints locker room fit Des. That locker room is like a discotheque. That is a fun, goofing around locker room. And I mean, I don't mean goofing around like that gets in the way of football. It's goofing around that contributes to winning football. And I think Des really liked his very short time as a member of the Saints, and they embraced him back as well. The Ravens players certainly embraced Des, but I think in Baltimore they do things a little bit the way they do in Dallas. I think buttoned up it would be the way to say it. They have a certain sort of professionalism that they have in mind, and that's what they try to accomplish in Baltimore. Again, certainly what Dallas tries to accomplish under Jason Garrett anyway, with his locker room. We really don't know about the Mike McCarthy locker room very much, do we? Because we literally haven't been in it. Nobody but the players have. Hopefully we'll get a chance, COVID be damned, to get a better feel for that going forward. Remember when Des left here, and he did the same thing. He put people on blast. And was he angry? Yeah, he was angry. Was he being truthful? Well, it was his truth. But what did it accomplish? alleging that certain teammates were snakes, and I thought he was my friend, and I thought, you know, I found that kind of sad. I found it kind of sad because I truly think that, Sean Lee and Travis Frederick and Des Bryant, that they are part of a brotherhood, that they did and they do view themselves as part of a brotherhood. I think we're going to get Des Bryant and Sean Lee in the same room sometime soon, and all involved are going to realize we didn't have a problem. What happened with Des, of course, as we detailed at the time, is I think the Joneses went to certain players and asked them, what do you think of this, this, and this? And Des was one of the guys that was asked about instead of one of the guys who was asked, if you get my drift. Meanwhile, Jason Garrett had his veteran committee, and I know for a fact that Jason Garrett asked members of the veteran committee, what do you think of Des? And Des felt betrayed because Des was a leader on the veterans committee. How can you guys take a vote about me? I thought I was one of the guys who was in charge of voting. That felt like a betrayal to him. But I still think he should have swallowed it then. He should have probably swallowed what he said about the Ravens, even though it wasn't particularly harsh. And David Irving should swallow what he says about the Cowboys. It's funny, the things that come back around. You get a little older, you realize, you might want to hook back up with the Cowboys or with the Ravens or with Sean Lee or with Jerry Jones or with whomever. And maybe we shouldn't burn that bridge just in case. Just thinking, David Irving, who likes to fancy himself a businessman, Des does too. I think you want to maintain a connection with Jerry Jones if you want to be a businessman. And that might be reason enough. As much as people in my business do love when players flap their gums. I mean, it gives us something to write about. Sometimes, maybe all of us should learn the great trick, including me. I'm not just talking about David. I'm not just talking about Des. I'm also talking about myself. The great trick of shut the hell up, which I'll do right now. Fish out.